Hi everybody. I'm here making my first video. I got the Mustang, got a 2017 Mustang GT. Let me see if I can get out of here just so you guys can get a better look at it. I already have it jacked up on the jack stands. Today we're going to be installing the BMR lockout kit. Let me get that right here. We got the entire lockout kit. Let me see if I can get it in the video. There you go. And welcome to the dungeon. This is what I call, I got a one-car garage that my wife and I moved into last year. We moved into the house, so I call it the dungeon. So my website is going to be Dungeon Mechanic 17. And basically what we're going to do today is we're going to install the BMR lockout kit in the Mustang because the wheel hop is tremendous. It feels like you know, a bunch of basketballs going bouncing up and down when you get on the throttle. So, and BMR claims that this kit will actually reduce wheel hop by 80 to 90%. So we'll find out. That'll be exciting to see. And as you can see, I got the jack and the jack stands already under the car. And what I'm going to try to do is, as I'm going along, I'm going to try to video everything step by step so that you guys can see how easy it is to actually do this job. The videos I've seen, they say, on American Muscle, they claim it's about an hour to 2 hours worth of work. So we'll see if they're close or if we can actually beat it. So stay tuned and we'll get going. All right, we got the tires off now, as you can see. Okay, basically the whole job is really 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts. First off, this plate has to come off. So there's a bolt for the cradle here, and there's a bolt for the cradle right here. And then there's a couple of bolts right over here that holds this lower plate. So what you need to do is basically put them on jack stands unless you have a lift, which I don't have mine right now. And what you're going to do is you're going to loosen all these bolts here, here, and there. But before you take it down, you're going to put the jack under the cradle because it has to come down. And one of the things that BMR recommends is that you lift the car up high enough, because the bolts on the cradle are about 6 inches long. So we're going to see about that. And not only that, you don't want that spring popping out on you. So so we're going to jack this up and we're going to start removing these bolts and we'll get back. All right, so we have the jack, as you can see, under the low control arm. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove this bolt and these bolts first. That's a 21 millimeter. These are 13 millimeters. So we're going to do that first. All right, this is going to be a little tough, but we're going to get this done somehow. There you go. Let me see. Oh, perfect. I got a long breaker bar that I'm loosening everything with first. This would be a whole lot easier if I had air tools, but I don't. So you got to make do with what you have and go from there. All right, grab it. I'm going to loosen these up. We're going to reuse all these bolts. They're going to get reused. So when you got it off, keep it to the side. Yeah, because the wheel hop is so bad. You know, that's one of my pet peeves with the car. I love the car. I've had it for 2 years. Only have 17,000 miles on it. And it's worked flawlessly. Never had an issue with it. Okay. All right, let me get this off and we'll be right back. All right, we're finally removing these bottom bolts. That's what they look like. Not too bad. We'll put them off to the side. I loosened this already, so this is pretty much ready to come out. Once again, it's a 13mm socket, half-inch drive, 21mm socket, half-inch drive, big breaker bar, and a half-inch ratchet. Again, this would be easier if I had even cordless air tools, power tools. But we're in the dungeon, so we got to do it all the hard way. Eventually, I'll be installing or getting another garage, much bigger. I'll be able to put my lift back in, and then it'll make working on my cars a whole lot easier. All right, so there's a 6-inch bolt. It's pretty big. All right, the plate's down, so I have to take out the other 21mm. We'll leave this here for now. We'll toss that plate over, and we're gonna come over here. Now the tricky part over here is that the sway bar and the exhaust are in the way, so we might have to use the pry bar a little bit on this one. So let me put this here. Yeah, hopefully you guys can see. Wow, that's my jack. Yeah, let's take a look. All right, let's get the pry bar going. And this is the hardest part. It's just jacking the car up, loosening everything up. All right. Okay. Okay. It came off pretty easy. Not a lot of force. So, okay, let's start taking this off. Let's start to lower it. It should start to, well, the jack's holding it up right now. Oops. Okay, there you go. All right, get myself a better position. Yeah, it's with the exhaust in the way, it's a little, not impossible, just, you know, a little work. And it's coming down pretty quick, pretty easy. Yeah, I see it coming down already. There you go. Yep, she's a loose. Let's see how hard it is to get this bolt out. Because basically you have to put a bushing underneath. Oh, no, not at all. Wow, that was pretty easy. All right, let me go get the parts and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I was just looking at the directions. So this is your upper bushing. This is the thinner one. There's two of them. So this one is going to go up here, right there, just like that. And then we have this thicker one that's going to go up right here. And it sits flush just like that. All right, so now what's going to happen is we're going to jack the cradle back up. Then we're going to put the lower brackets on. But you have this hole right here and you have this hole right there. And what the directions say is to put a pry bar in between these two to center everything up. So that's exactly what we're going to do. All right, so we got the upper bushings on. I got the back of the cradle, the bolt on the back of the cradle already on. So I'm going to start putting the arm up, and it goes with this into the bushing. So it's basically going to go like this. All right, so let me get some bolts and we'll start putting it up. All right, I just realized that that these brackets are directional. There is a left and a right, so just be careful. And that's, I guess, part of the reason why we do these install videos, so you guys can have a little easier time when installing them. So we're gonna just put the 13mm bolts in loose, not all the way in. We'll start it up, and then we'll put the bolt in. Okay, so now we put this in here, as so. Now they're supposed to line up with the bushing, so there you go, like just like that. And we'll grab the 21. Let's start her up. It's in there pretty deep, but you can get 2 fingers in there. And worst case scenario, you just grab the 21mm with the extension and you start it up. Alright. Okay, like this. Let's grab the ratchet. Here, let me move it out of the way because it's a long extension. And it's all going up. Now, once it's all the way up, we're going to leave it a little loose, not go all the way up, because we still have to torque it all down. Plus the cradle's going up also, so, you know. Okay. Yeah, that's as far as I want to go. Grab the 13. We'll run them up by hand. I like using the socket because it applies more torque to the socket than your hand by itself sometimes. So I like doing it this way. Okay, so everything's on, just not tight. They say it's to torque this bolt right here, it's 129 foot-pounds. So we're gonna do that. These, I'm not gonna be too concerned, but if you want to know, it's about 40 foot-pounds, 41 foot-pounds. These are just tight as tight. I don't care about them. This I will torque to spec, and basically this is what it looks like when it's all assembled. Here's the back. Pretty simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the other side, take care of that side, torque it all down, and put it back on the ground. All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, the job is finally done. It's no fun torquing, there it is, this back bolt because of the exhaust. It's 129 foot-pounds. It's really heavy, really tight. So basically, there's the installation. Same on the other side. I'm gonna put the tires back on, change the oil, and we'll take it for a drive. I'm hoping and I'm excited about this, that it's gonna run really well and it's gonna reduce that hop because it's pretty bad. I'm excited because of the channel. I'm excited that I'm actually gonna be able to do a whole bunch of projects once again and take you guys with me and go out and fix something. Take care.